episode 392. We'll be talking about tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite right here, right now. 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hey Wrestling Fanatics, welcome to a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I am your host Lance Brock. Thank you for tuning in tonight right here on Spreaker or wherever you are listening. It's Wednesday night and you know what that means. It is time to talk about a new episode of AEW Dynamite. So let's get right into it. Tonight's episode of Dynamite was live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The commentators, Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Taz. And we start things off with Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and then he is interrupted by Sammy Guevara, and Darby Allin also makes his way to the ring. And these three, I thought, were very great on the mic tonight, discussing why each of them deserve the World Championship match against MJF. And our first match of the night, Pittsburgh turns into Brittsburgh. Tag team action, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and the AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter take on Toni Storm and Ruby Soho, representing the Outcasts. Pretty good match here. Britt Baker's parents are in the front row. And Britt Baker submits Ruby Soho with the lockjaw to score the win for her and Hayter. And we see the Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks in the ring. And Kenny Omega says they want the Blackpool Combat Club in the ring to face them like men. And Bryan Danielson appears on the screen calling them amateurs. And then Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta come out and attack them. And then Danielson as well. And then we see Don Callis come out the first time since he was attacked and busted open by the CCC. Or BCC, yeah, I said right, I think. The Blackpool Combat Club. He has a chair, but only comes down to the ringside area, doesn't get in the ring, and then he backs off while the BCC are 3-on-1 attack on Kenny Omega. But then he goes to the back, and Don Callis comes back with Konosuke Takeshita, and he makes the save for the Elite. As of late, Don Callis has been trying to kind of recruit Takeshita, I guess you could say. Next up on Dynamite, the AEW TNT Championship on the line. Wardlow, who is also a hometown favorite here in Pittsburgh. And they mention ICW on commentary, where Wardlow competed in before. He is defending, or challenging, I should say, Powerhouse Hobbs. And, of course, Powerhouse Hobbs has QT Marshall in his corner, being a part of QTV. And Wardlow counters that. He's with having a horseman, Arn Anderson, help him out tonight. And Wardlow defeats Powerhouse Hobbs to become a 3-time TNT champion. Pretty good match here. Commander and Switchblade Jay White is next. Juice Robinson gets involved representing Bullet Club Gold, and Absolute Ricky Starks makes the save for Commander. And it was announced tonight after Dynamite, I believe, that Commander is now all elite. And we see FTR in the back with Renee Paquette, and she informs them that Mark Briscoe is being checked out in the back, and she shows some footage of what happened earlier of Mark Briscoe being attacked, and they go to check on their friend, and then Triple J, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Sonam Singh are there, and they want to help him, and FTR wants to help him, and then Mark Briscoe wants Jarrett and Lethal to team with FTR in an 8-man tag that will happen on Rampage this Friday night. And now time for the face-to-face. For the first time, Chris Jericho and Adam Cole, which starts off pretty good. Cole talks about how he studied Chris Jericho when he was younger, and Jericho ends up saying he has zero respect for Adam Cole. And they end up getting into it, and JAS member Daniel Garcia comes out as 2-on-1 for a little bit, and then Dr. Britt Baker comes out to help Adam Cole. She slaps Jericho in the face, and they handcuff Adam Cole to the ropes, and they get a kendo stick. Adam Cole dares Jericho to hit him, and then at this time, the Outcasts, Saraya and Toni Storm and Ruby Soho make their way out, and they attack Dr. Britt Baker. They're holding her, but Adam Cole switches over to Dr. Britt Baker, hands the kendo stick to Saraya, and she nails Baker with a few shots while Adam Cole is handcuffed. I wonder if this could maybe, I don't know if this is going to lead to a tag match or a mixed tag of some kind, or could still be a singles match with Jericho and Cole at Double or Nothing maybe. And next up, our trios match, The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn taking on the Jericho Appreciation Society members Daddy Magic Matt Menard, Cool Hand Ange Angelo Parker, and Rock Hard Jake Hager. If The Acclaimed and Billy Gunn lose this one, they would have to join the JAS. But the Acclaimed is victorious, defeating the JAS team. And earlier in the night, MJF approached Sammy Guevara about this tournament that's taking place, which earlier in the night Darby Allin got the bye, and it is Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and MJF gave Sammy Guevara a blank check, asked him or told him he could put whatever amount he wants on there. And during this match, MJF gets involved. Jungle Boy, first, he's up on the top turnbuckle. Guevara knocks him off, and he takes a hard shot going face first into the timekeeper's table. And the referee is counting. Guevara distracts the referee in the ring. While that is going on, MJF comes out through the crowd, hits Jungle Boy with the Dynamite Diamond ring, knocks him out in the back, and it's all over. Jungle Boy counted out, so Guevara advances next week to face Darby Allin, and the winner of that match will go on to Double or Nothing to face MJF for the AEW World Championship. And don't get me wrong, this was a good match. I'm sure Allin and Guevara will have a very good match, and whoever wins that, I'm sure will also have another good match with MJF. But I was kind of hoping that they would go with the 4-way match like they were kind of teasing as of late with the 4 pillars of AEW. And I'm sure maybe they could figure out a way of still getting to that, where they do have a 4-way match for the championship. But as of right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But I'm sure a singles match with, if I had to pick, I'd say probably Darby Allin defeating Guevara to get the match with MJF. So I'm sure those two will have a good match at Double or Nothing for the championship. But like I said, I was hoping for a 4-way with MJF facing Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, and Sammy Guevara for the title. So we'll just have to see what happens next week on Dynamite. And that's all for this episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you very much for everyone tuning in, whether you're listening here on Spreaker or anywhere else you can find 360 Wrestling Podcast. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, 360 Wrestling Podcasts at gmail.com, or leave your comment or question right here in the comments section on Spreaker or wherever you listen. Hope to have more new episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic coming at you. Also, I'll be back tomorrow morning for the Thursday episode of GMWF. Stay tuned. But until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.